And then a couple days later, we watched Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, Deadpool.
Yeah, I forgot how. I don't like it as much as the first one, but it's still really
What? Deadpool Wolverine?
good. Yeah.
See,
Yeah, no, the first one is really part of the best of it.
I think so.
I didn't realize why my dad didn't like it so much was because he had never watched any of the Fox stuff. The Century Fox, like
Yeah, it's not a great story. It's a
it's,
lot.
it is a
A fan
critique
service.
Yeah,
of 20th Century Fox and their handling of certain IPs. That's what it was.
well, and it's nostalgia just vomited on.
Right. When Chris Evans shows up, and you're like, yeah. And he's even acting like, oh,
Flame on!
Say it! Assemble! Flame on? So good. Or when she kills him. I forgot about that until I just watched it again. She just like looks at him and he's all of a sudden his skin's just gone. And bones and muscle just collapse into the ground.
Yeah. There was something about that line too, that he ends up when he does it for the that it did in fact actually say all those things about her, right? But that yeah, you can't be in this movie unless you can read this line. This is what the fans are going to want to see. And he wasn't planning on actually having it in there at all.
Yeah.
But he's like, yeah. Well, then if you can, good. All right. So you have defeated the
So we got these two.
the monstrosity that was Neva. There was what I decided that there was a cutscene that was visible that you had as you were leaving. The camera pans to her small little white arachnid hatchlings kind of stitching back together her body. But that's for another day.
We gone. We
You're
out.
gone. You have.
But you said I saw that.
Yes, you do. But you're not really forthcoming with all the information that you know. You don't even know what you know. There is 2 of the 4 legendary items that are. Did we have stats for the?
Okay.
No,
I know it
Doesn't
was an animated shield.
that's
Yep,
all I
there's-
remember you said, but I don't think we got actual stats.
Okay. All right. So it is. Yes, and it is only
It's
attuned
just right
to.
on the back.
Yeah. It's,
Oh, it is on the back.
no, it's not on the back.
Okay.
Oh, I thought we could write them on the back.
Well, we could write it on the back, but he took it away from me.
Well, maybe if you wouldn't have said anything, maybe you would have had it by now. I mean, look, man, it's your barbecue and the food tastes good.
It is good.
But
You know,
I'm just saying.
and I put some spice in my potato salad.
You put raisins in that?
Fuck no!
Good boy.
So proud of you guys.
All right. So it is a +2 shield of animation, but it also functions as a +2 amulet of devotion to the god Tyr.
Does it also have fire resistance?
Does not. True balls. However, there is the carapace of. Is it carapace? Carpus?
Carapace.
Carapace.
Carapace?
Of a certain beetle that lives out in the wilds that can be added on as essentially kind of a plating or kind of a half plating onto the webbing kind of, but that's going to increase it to being medium armor, and I don't know that you have.
Well, does he get disadvantage on some medium armor? You don't get disadvantage on stealth checks.
Yeah, but you can't wear it unless you are proficient in medium armor.
But he's a cleric.
Did that give him?
He's part
proficiency?
cleric. I think they can
He's
wear up to
multi-class.
heavy.
It depends
War.
on
Can.
I'm thinking
Oh.
2014-year-olds. I'm like, it
Right.
depends on the.
Yeah, let's
domain.
find out if.
I bet they start off with medium.
I know if he would have picked a Twilight domain, he would get heavy armor.
Right. So I have now proficiency in heavy, light, medium, and armor and shields.
Okay, so you could add on the carapace of that beetle in order to improve that armor.
You know what? I ain't gonna learn that. That sounds
Sure,
really
why
cool
not?
to learn.
Okay.
What's that do to my armor class then?
So that's going to increase your armor class by 2, and you would
Action economy.
no longer be vulnerable to fire.
And you got another 2 from the shield. You just went up fucking 4, man.
I don't like what I just did to you.
Oh no, you'd really.
I love it.
You'd really enjoy this.
Dave went from fucking paper mache to a goddamn tank.
We did the deck of many things, and I picked a card that gave me 50,000 XP
Oh, good,
as
good.
my Echo Knight fighter. And my buddies are like, "Oh, cool! I just gave you a very nice vicious halberd, and now you just gained 2 levels. Cool."
Speaking of levels, what did everybody do for their leveling?
I can cast see invisibility without a spell slot.
Hey, that'll be nice. That might come in handy with future fights that are coming up.
And then I took a Wall of Force and Summon Dragon.
Oh yeah. So is it?
It summons a dragon spirit.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
called Summon Dragon.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
It looked neat, so I was
Bad.
like, you know what? I've never taken this spell, so I'm taking it.
badass companion to have because it also has a pretty sweet flight speed. I made it so that I had like attachments on my armor to be able to be grabbed and
Oh.
flown into combat.
Nice.
A little bit of action. What'd you end up doing?
Oh, I took a level in Warlock, so I subclassed into Future U Patron.
Alrighty.
And I could have gone 1 level of Monk and then gotten the level 8 feat. But I was like, no, let's just do this. And so, yeah. And so that ended up essentially giving me the musician feat.
Yeah.
So I'm now fluent in the lute,
Oh, nice.
as well as the pan flute and the drum. But what I liked about it is on a short rest or long rest, I can do a song or whatever. We all get heroic inspiration.
No way. So it's almost like a
musician.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what the musician.
Yeah, that's because why the fuck else would you take it?
Right.
Hey, my guy can play music.
Lovely.
Yeah, so I did that, and yeah, it should be good.
All right. Choose another level of fighter.
We're at 9 now, right?
10.
Oh, 10? Okay. That gives
So-
me...
He needs a minute.
No,
Only a minute,
it's
though.
straightforward. It says weapon mastery, grand feat, and it's a guarded mind.
Oh, he gets another feat. That's right, he's a fighter.
That's
Every
the feat,
2
right?
levels, hey,
No.
go ahead and
Guarded Mind is because you're psychic. You become resistant to psychic damage.
Because
And
when I tried to choose, it wouldn't let me.
Do another
feat,
cleric
so-
level?
You gotta pick a.
I didn't
you gotta
know the
pick
level
a
of
weapon
rogue, so I can have
mastery.
to dive to sneak attack.
Yeah.
and rogues are kind of the
I
same.
guess I grabbed that.
It's just
book.
you got to go a little
That's
bit higher level
okay,
before you
but
start
the
getting
guided
an
mind
extra
is
feat
your,
every 2 levels.
Well, the hard thing is that it doesn't
It
get
just
like
didn't
an
give
extra
me
attack or
options, so I
anything like
wasn't
that.
sure if it was
Yeah.
supposed to be something that was.
You
It doesn't
do,
need it though. Like they
but
do
I don't know
so
what
much
feat
damage
you
off
exactly
the
get.
get go.
What do you mean by he gets a feat? I don't know these new 2024 rules.
That's just being a fighter.
Well, like, is it like any like feat like
Yeah.
you would get for an ability?
Yup,
augment?
that's
It
exactly what it
He
is.
gets them like
It
every
doesn't
fucking
give me
2
an
levels.
option of any kind when I click the drop down. So
We've got to fix
Here, let me
it.
see this.
I just been taking random stuff and just put it in my notes.
Yeah.
No, weapon mastery is the granted feat at level 10.
no, okay.
No,
I wasn't
not
sure
a-
if that was it or if it just wouldn't give me a menu to choose from.
I think it's not giving him a menu. Hold on.
No, because if it was where he gets a feat, that's where you have the ASI, the ability score
Yeah, that's
improvement.
what I was thinking.
You can attack 3 times. Fucking bullshit.
Oh, we got another
Don't give extra
attack?
attack till 11.
No, that's 11.
Yeah, that's
As my Echo Knight fighter, I can, if I action surge, attack like 8 times. It's so
Dumb.
fun.
stuck and dumb. All right. So there is a we'll say that we're still in the village of Canoodle for a moment, just kind of um, getting things put back together, um, having some time around the fire to be able to have discourse and things, and looking at options for the future. So I had asked you to kind of think about motivations and goals that your character has. What kind of drives them forward? What is it that they're is on their mind? Does anyone want to start?
I would like to try and explore the world to unlock hidden memories.
All right. So
And fight Mother while I'm at it.
and fight mother.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
Because I do recognize this is a great evil that is imposing on this land, but I know that there must be something to my backstory and history that I need to start unveiling.
I would say that there is a
I want to see if I can DH the one chick so I can bang her.
right. Yeah.
Trixie the Red?
No. Don't you remember
The old lady.
the new me?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she was super into you.
Still is.
Oh, she's still alive? It's been 2 weeks,
So
man.
your side eye.
She looked like she was knocking at the door.
She was.
Death wasn't knocking at her door. She was knocking at Death's door.
Right, but then she found a reason to kind of stick around. She's like,
Oh,
oh.
look at you.
But yeah, there's a piece
So
of
yeah, the weapon master.
there's a
thing,
piece
so
that nags at you
levels
of
a fighter,
somehow being
you can
responsible for it
change
too,
one of them out,
like
or
what
create
that
a new one.
threat is.
I think that's what that's saying.
And
That I don't know about, but it's in the back of my head.
You got this.
All right, what do you got?
Oh.
I want
Yeah,
immortality.
Okay, so you learned
Yeah.
Not to live forever,
history, so
but my name to live forever.
at
Okay.
level 1, you got
So,
it allows you to do special things.
either die a glorious death
So you got another
or defeat Mother or both.
altogether.
But whatever is done for the people.
okay, so immortality, legacy. So yeah, great heroic act would be the ideal way to do it.
Faye Guevara.
Faye Guerrero. All right, what do you got?
So
Great heroic.
my guy is being very selfish, and
That
he's
works for
thinking
me.
that fighting Mother will be his passage away from here back
This is
home,
crazy.
where he could either start his
Hey,
own
Guerrero.
little school of divine magic
Oh,
and
Che
start up
Guevara.
that, or continue on
Was
his
the
galactic
revolutionary.
journey of learning
I'm
about the
thinking
Blood Wars at
Star
the same
Wars
time as the
is-
Furnace and all that.
Yep. So
I'm
what do
Faye.
you
Or a
what do you
fairy,
have back home?
But a Faye creature. Faye Guevara. Just seemed
Well,
like
I was
a-
just trying to gain money to start the school
Goodness.
at first, and then we got the whole teleported here from a bar.
So you want to start a school? Do you have
That is not
like
what I was looking
family
for.
and friends back home?
Yes.
Oh. Well then. Che Guevara.
No, someone's got to be the selfish one. You know, I am the chosen one. I
Right.
just told that.
All right.
Easy,
what does Wade
yo.
got?
Eat another fucking cookie.
Wade is interested in,
Hookers and
up.
blow.
well, obviously, going into business with what's the gentleman from the strip club?
Oh.
Oh!
It's called Magic Mike's.
That's what I thought.
Right.
So they're looking to go into
This is the
business
guy.
with.
Or Magic Mikey's. Right.
Yeah.
But I think that the guy
Forrest
Oh,
Whitaker's
yeah.
character
that
from
you
Round
had
One.
talked to was Gus,
Yeah,
Okay.
no.
right? At first.
Definitely.
I don't
not
really
what I was
remember
thinking.
exactly what NPCs were involved in your guys' strip club adventure, but
Well, he'd like to pitch to him either an expansion on the business or an additional venture of
This
a
is the guy
casino where you can gamble on
Except-
the
Fairy version.
Coliseum fights and
Blackjack.
blackjack.
Faye.
Like
So-
Song
so a
Guerrero.
casino with
What's
some
I thought you said
with
Song
some
Guerrero.
paid fighting,
Oh, no, that's
right?
makes
But
sense,
small
actually.
venue, kind of like not big, giant arena fighting, or do you want him to go in with you on a new arena?
Whatever we can get our hands on.
We'll just go with arena fighting as well.
Definitely blackjack.
Ooh, arena fighting's fun.
What about the strip club aspect?
Wade just wants to be present for it.
Okay.
He had fun when he getting kidnapped.
Present, but doesn't need participation, right?
Well, after getting kidnapped by the dwarves, he wouldn't mind some occasional participation.
Okay.
They were gnomes.
Gnomes? Okay.
They weren't quite as sturdy as dwarves. They were.
There was one dwarf in there.
They were.
And you
but it was a demure dwarf.
Right, but the hand pressure was definitely different.
Oh yeah, she minds.
That is a grip.
It's just a night where you can't forget.
Nor should you. Nor
Exactly.
should you.
Man hands. All right. Good. So, what is it that I'll actually just leave it up to you for a moment, as you as characters are sitting around the fire, kind of looking at what next step you have.
Well, we got 2 of 4. Do we know where the loot is?
I don't know where the loot is, but
The only one we know for sure is the one that the
sword is the
Baylor.
one. guy has,
Yeah.
Or at least that's what we're assuming, because it looks exactly like that picture that he's holding it.
I think we already established that was what he was holding.
Right.
So
I wonder what we would happen if we bring that sword to that Death Knight. He would have sided with us a lot sooner.
Well, that Death Knight's sword was shit, so. Can't believe he didn't have a magic sword. That's stupid.
He made it magical.
That's stupid. It's all about him, not about the object.
can I investigate with the villagers if they have any idea of where we can find the loot? Is there anyone with great wisdom I can?
Mariachi band. Or you gotta outplay the devil.
I just realized one thing I didn't bring in: my dice.
We have plenty. What would you like?
Just a D20 to borrow.
The record I rolled a 1 and a 16.
If he rolls really well, it's your fault.
All I'm doing is asking to see if anybody knows about the where the loot might be.
The first 2 people that you have, and this is during the kind of throughout the day, right? That you've been hanging out here. So prior to this point, you have talked to 2 individuals and kind of figured out that that the history of like the 4 magi that went up against the mother with the loot,
Stop it.
the short sword or the sword, the
legendary sword, the Icarus Edge.
the Icarus's edge,
The sword, the scepter, the shield, the loot.
right? Those stories are east side of Anthropia.
Okay.
But here in the wilds among the druids, their stories are different.
Okay. How so?
Yeah, that's so.
Hey.
So the
It's just
druids have the idea that they are descendants from like the first people that were here in these lands, right?
Okay.
And that they were created immediately upon the arrival of the mother, like that they were the firstborn of the mother, right? And then later, many centuries later, in their history, the 4 magi came, and then there was, and that's when things started to change, and the eastern expansion happened.
Okay.
What is difficult for you to be able to nail down is time frames,
Okay.
right? Because it seems like there is one of the people that you talk to, because she's older and because she has a good relationship with you, is the woman. I can't remember if I gave her what name I gave her.
Mildred.
Yes.
No.
No.
Mildred would be a good name, but no.
But
Betty.
she's in her 80s,
Impa.
Like,
and she says that she was one of the firstborn. Like a direct creation of the mother. Like in the same way that there would be like being formed out of the very earth.
That's what I'm imagining she looks like.
dude, your girlfriend went to school with Mother. That's awesome.
She's one of the firstborn of that. The mother came first, and then came the firstborn. And
Right.
all right, so I'm following.
Yeah.
But that didn't help me with anything I'm trying to find out right now.
Not in the least. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
But it's information. But there is the awareness that people around here are not as in the know. But as you are thinking about it and are asking about it and talking about it, a short little green man does walk up, and it is drunks coming to visit.
That's a long way from home.
It ain't too far if you know the back routes.
You mean all the teleportation circles you're taking?
Teleportation magic is actually outlawed among magi. Did you know that? Little interesting. It seems interesting, doesn't it? Right? That kind of magic is outlawed, and yet one of the biggest,
Because that doesn't mean it ain't used.
Well, exactly. How do you think those teleportation rings that we've got all over towns work? But getting out here is a little bit more difficult. No, that took a ride. All right, listen, fellas. The loot was mine, and I had lent it to someone for safekeeping, and it has been taken.
Who'd you lend it to?
I lent it to Windsor.
You're in jail. Maybe you got robbed. That's probably where you got robbed.
Windsor. Who is Windsor?
We don't know yet.
Taylor, yeah, he was at your trial.
Oh.
He was the real grumpy looking one.
That was all of them.
Yeah, but the real dickish looking one, elfish.
Elves are dicks.
Yeah, they are dicks. You got it, buddy.
The fucking worst.
I tell you. No offense, not present company excluded. Obviously.
Nope. Standing by what I said.
No casting fireball on him.
I would like to evade. Yeah, so that's the but to your question, when the harp was mine at the time that we put Mother down the first time. You boys are grown up enough. It's about time that you know the full story. So these legendary items that you are acquiring, be aware that they can only be used once at their full capacity, and once they are, it's done, and you will no longer be able to pick up said item again, which is why I am not currently in possession of my loot. Also, it's painful to think about my former life. I used to be a very fetching young man, but it turns out that in in a world that doesn't have clerics, it kind of sucks when you have to find yourself resurrected. What are the druids call it? They don't have resurrection. They've got reincarnation. And that's just a fucking dice roll, if you know what I mean. So,
Not everybody can come back as a woman's bicycle seat.
Exactly.
you gotta be real fucking good. That's what I mean. Or you gotta be real bad.
Or not.
Yeah, right.
Real bad.
That's like a sourdough starter kit. All right.
Oh, God.
All right. So, what questions do you have for Drunks? He seems to be in a talkative mood.
So we need to go find Windsor
Mhm.
and see if we can get the loot from him. Okay. And that would have been back in the main city. I'm assuming he's still there.
But Windsor's part of the magic people.
Yeah. There's a whole thing going down at in Anthrope right now. Shit's real fucking bad. So during Restoration Day, there was there's a lot of people that don't like to bring their kids to fucking Mardi Gras. You know what I mean? Like, be serious. When there's going to be a giant celebration and a bunch of people partying in the streets, trying to do whatever debauchery they can before Restoration Day happens, and you got to be all fucking clean again. Maybe don't bring your kids to that, right? Here's the thing. When you trust your kids to be taken care of by individuals that you left behind and don't invite to the party, and then those people decide to have a revolution, what do they do with the kids?
Kill him.
Wow, that's one option. which has happened. Yes, we were looking for holding a hostage. These people are interested in trying to balance power, which
You gotta be willing to kill him. You gotta have him as
well, there's another option, which is, and this is why I've been supportive of some of the things that Mr. Avalon has been doing, which is bringing and balancing things by actually putting power into people's hands, like being able to have a like that magic wand that you got over there that would be able to, if you hadn't blown that sucker out like it was Wade's mom's asshole.
Prolapse. You prolapse the wand of magic missiles?
Listen, I'm not saying that she does.
Turns very dark, very fast.
A rose is still a rose.
Hey, you started with the killing children.
Well, I'm just being realistic. This is based on the conversation Nick and I had earlier.
It is based on that comment. It is not based on that comment. But yeah. But you try. But actually, it's kind of that idea. Well, these individuals are looking for there to be a balance of powers, right? And they're not waiting for time for people being given opportunity. They're looking for reaping back what they feel has been taken from them, and they want it now. And they are using the children as a gambling piece, a bargaining chip, but also it's really difficult to cast fireball in a room that your children's in.
I don't have children here, so no, it's not.
Nah, man, it's just verbal, somatic, and material components. Skadoosh!
Are you sure this is the right path? I'm not a believing man, all right? But if this is wrong, you send out a sign. There's a crack of lightning that happens as he's speaking. It is offbeat. It's offbeat enough that it's just coincidence. You can see his brain processing through. All right. The loot is in Anthrop. Uh, that's where the fighting is also happening. So imagine French revolutionary France, kind of a setup of
heading on every politician.
there, yeah, and holding children hostage, demanding retribution. Um, but it is also, and then the other, um, there have been. It appears that that whatever